CINCO ESTILOS, Guru Jerry Valido here with another installment for you. Last video I talked about our preferred method in CINCO ESTILOS of holding our knife or dagger, which was the PAKAL grip. PAKAL grip is that ice pick grip where the cutting edge is out and the tip is down. Now in that video you saw me holding the weapon in this fashion where my fingers were wrapped around the handle and my thumb closed it off. Okay? Now this is not a bad grip. This is a correct grip. However, it is correct and it's applicable in this particular case because there is a guard here on this dagger which keeps my hand from slipping and being sliced. Okay? So it's okay to hold it like this for this particular weapon. However, if you happen to be holding a weapon that doesn't have a guard, you're going to want to cap the top with your thumb. And this actually is the preferred method in CINCO ESTILOS for us holding our weapon. We want to cap with our thumb because whether or not we have a guard, now this is a natural stop for this weapon. This will not slide up, meaning my hand won't slide down and get cut, whether or not there's a guard here. So we're going to practice like this and ensure that we always have our thumb capping the top of the weapon. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about retraction of the weapon. Retraction is essentially the way you're going to pull your weapon hand back in. It's common sense to think that we never want to pull the weapon hand back in with the tip of the weapon coming towards us. It is common sense. However, sometimes common sense is clouded by poor training habits or bad instruction. So we want to make sure that whenever we pull our hand back in, we don't bend our wrist. So for those of you with a karate background, you know that you have to keep your wrist straight to punch. You have to keep your wrist straight to punch. This is the way we bring our hand back in. We will never tweak the wrist like this after we punch. We're never going to go like this and then tweak the wrist like that. If you do that, with a blade in your hand, you're bringing the tip right towards you, and we don't want that. So when I slash, I'm going to bring my arm back in. Slash, I bring it back in. Slash, I bring it back in. Slash, I bring it back in. The arm comes in, the wrist stays straight. Slash, it brings back in. Slash, it brings back in. See that? Everything comes in. The tip stays out, the edge stays away, so I'm safe. All right, so that's one thing you always want to keep in mind. Okay, so now let's talk about your strikes from the backhand. Okay, your sonkiki thrusts. All right. If I were to thrust and I don't have a check hand here, I could very well hit myself with my own puño. Okay, I don't want that. I should have this hand up anyway to be protecting against any incoming action from the bad guy. This hand not only does that, but it also acts as a natural stop or a ricochet for my hand to go right back out. It's right here covering me. Make sure that your hand is up. You thrust, comes back. Natural stop. It touches, I come right back out. It touches, I come right back out. Okay? So this hand right here is very important. It serves two different purposes. Watches the incoming action from the bad guy, and it also watches your own incoming action. The last thing I know that we're going to look at is this overhead swiping motion. Okay? I'm holding the dagger in my dominant hand, my right hand, so I have to watch out for my right leg. If I were to do a strike like this and this opponent uses his left hand to parry my weapon, it could come right into me. All right? So anytime I do some kind of strike like this, I'm going to float my foot back and then come back in. I'm going to empty the space and then fill the space back up. And see, here's my hand back here again, always ready for this thrust. Okay, once again. So I'm here, I come in to swipe down. Okay. Now, if this buries into his chest, fine. But what if I miss? I have something that I can come back with. But my leg is safe. I've taken it out of the way. I keep my weight distributed to my front leg, so now I can come right back in and come back forward. So those are just some of the specifics in the use of the PAKAL grip and the holding of your weapon in that particular grip. Give it a try. Work on it, become comfortable with it. In the next video, we'll go through some drills utilizing this particular grip. Have a great day. Stay safe.